Okay, buddy.
All right, let's get rolling. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for taking the time to joining us today. Thursday, September 17th, and I'm proud to introduce.
Watch out.
He spent 8 years in the Army as a paratrooper, and he became a full-time Beachbody coach not so long ago. Also a combined 5-star coach, and he's a 6-figure earner after not even 2 years, and he's just about to become an all-star Success Club legend. So I'm proud to introduce Mr. Bryan Bachman. Hey, Bryan.
What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. So feel free. The floor is all yours. Let's work your magic tonight. And, I'm sure there's a lot of us that are very anxious to hear what you have to say, as you do very well in your videos. So the floor is yours, my friend.
Thanks. Yeah, whoever the host is, you can mute everybody if you click on participants. Or if you're coming in, just go ahead and mute yourself, and we'll try to keep this thing rolling. I'm back. There we go. So to kind of start, we really have, I want to tell you a little about myself. And that's important because I want you to know that if I have done this and am doing this, then there's not an excuse you can give me as to why you're not doing it. And as this is the gentleman's club and this is all dudes, I'm not going to pull the punches like I would in some of the videos that I do, where guys were more abrasive than the ladies. Don't hide from that. Use it, and you can inspire people that need a kick in the butt. One of my coaches, Adam's on here, and he can vouch for that. That sometimes the kick in the butt comes at the right time. So Danny mentioned it. Me and Danny, we met in Cancun, right? Yeah, in Cancun on the Success Club trip. We're not even anywhere near each other. We're actually the furthest away from each other we could probably be. I'm in Florida now, So we never would have met each other unless we had both gone to that trip. So if you guys really want to move this business forward, it's about the people that you meet, and getting on these Success Club trips is something that you're going to have to really make happen. And I mean, there's not an excuse you can tell me as to why you can't go, because I was active duty military, where you're literally owned, So, and I still made it happen. So you definitely want to take those precious few vacation days you have to go to Summit and to go to these Success Club trips. But he mentioned it, he's a good man. He mentioned that we had some 3 a.m. few too many shot conversations while we were in Cancun about it all. But yeah, but I just got out of the Army. I did 8 years, 82nd Airborne, right? You guys saw Band of Brothers. You guys saw Band of Brothers, right? That's what I did. You jumped out of the airplanes and you shot bad guys. That was my job. And it comes at consequences, and that was, I went to Afghanistan in 2010. We did that song and dance over there, and then I went to Iraq in 2011. So it was real back to back, and that was, pretty terrible stuff. Came back and I didn't quite all sit well with me. So my pup, he's right here with me. You can see him. He's right there. But he's with me everywhere that I go. He's my service dog for post-traumatic stress disorder, and I have him with me, and he keeps me calm in public. So that's a little bit about me. I'm married, 2 kids. My wife is pretty successful in this business. If you guys went to Summit and you're on the blue track, you saw her and speak on stage. She was there. So I know Emily, a lot of us went to silver track because Emily and Damien were silver track. But if you happen to be on blue, then you might have saw me up there. But what made me so special? How did I make this happen? And it really came down to my plan B became my plan A. And that when you have a plan B, you treat it like a plan B, right? But when plan B becomes your plan A, it starts to get the attention that it originally deserved. So you see, I was Army, you know, and that's just the way it was. But when I came back from Afghanistan, my daughter didn't remember who I was anymore. And that I didn't like that, you know, but it was part of the job, and everybody around me was experiencing the same thing. So you don't really realize how off everything is because you're around everybody who's a freaking wacko, you know, like, but I missed my son being born. He was born while I was in Iraq, you know, so I wasn't around for that. My wife, she almost died during labor from, you know, girl complications. And that was rough, man. That was rough. My scheduling in Iraq was hard, and I just didn't want to do that anymore, you know. So I decided I had to take a long, hard look at myself and realize what I wanted to do, and I decided that I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor, you know. I wanted to be a plastic surgeon, and I wanted to do fake boobs. That's all I wanted to do, right? And I was ready, and I was going to school, and I was pre-med, and I was about to take the MCATs and finish all the good stuff out, and and my wife comes to me one day, and she says, I think we should do Insanity. And I said, sure, yeah, let's do Insanity. I'm a rootin', tootin', parachuting, shoot bad guys in the face kind of guy. You can't scare me with your insanity, you know. And I did it, and it was rough. It was rough. After day one, I remember doing that fit test, and I laid down on the ground like, oh, it's over, and I fell asleep for 15 minutes. You know, like I was so crashed after that. And we went through Insanity the whole way, and it said sign up for a free coach, and we did. And my coach, I'll never forget his name. His name was Enrique Rodriguez. And if you guys know who he is, tell him that I sent him an email. He never responded to me. Right? And I'm gonna tell you right now, that guy messed up, man. And he never responded to me when I reached out to him. And my wife got a coach. Her name was Jessica Bowser Nelson. She's the big-haired, smiley girl from Insanity Max 30. And she did respond, and I was so pissed. I was like, "Oh, I guess you got a coach." You know? And you know, she tried to sell us this shake thing, and I'm a dude, and I drank GNC Syntha 6. You know, it's all I put in my body. You know, and I was like, "I don't need your fancy shake." And for about a year, we watched this girl kill this business, and about a year later, she posted a picture of herself jumping in front of her house about, I just paid off my mortgage. You know, and we're just like, oh, good for you. Fuck you. You know, like, oh, that's great for you. You know, about a week later, she posts this golden egg opportunity. She's opened up another her, and we can get in, and then she would be under us, and we would make volume off of her or some crazy nonsense. And my wife says, I really want to do this, you know, and I'm not a controlling guy. And I just kind of said, you know, like, whatever, dude, don't come to me when you lose all our money, you know, do one of those fucking things, you know, whatever. And she went and did it. And I was not on board. And I'm sure everybody started the same freaking way. And I was kind of just like, yeah, do whatever you want to do. You know, she's just clickety-clacking away at her computer. You know, she's just clacking away over there. And about 4 days into it, you know, she started jumping up and down, you know, freaking out. She goes, oh my God, I just sold a challenge pack. I said, I don't know what the hell that is. You know, she goes, I just made $70. And I said, you got to understand here, right? She was a dental assistant, but she stopped dental assisting when we had our son. And so I was the breadwinner. So I said, you know, like, made $70. I didn't even have to do anything. It's awesome. So I started, you know, I was kind of, and I did what most guys do. And I start living through your wife. And you do the approach that, well, my wife's doing this thing, you know, I could probably hook you up with something, you know, right? You're living through the wife, right? And that's the first step most guys take. And I did it, and it was, you know, it was effective for a while, but I didn't post anything on my page. I didn't post on anything on Facebook for, you know, 3 years. You know, like maybe like once a month, I would be mad that the Browns lost again. You know? And that was it. That was my extent on social media. And she tells me, and this is important, guys. And I have a point. I'm not just a rambler. You know, all right, this is important. Okay. She comes to me and she tells me, you know, like, hey, there's this Beachbody event coming up, and we're going to go to it. And I said, this is an online thing. What kind of event? You know, she goes, no, everyone gathers in this area and they get together. And I said, oh, I'm not going to that. You know, like a bunch of, you know, fitness fairies hanging out in a room, you know, but no thanks, you know. And she goes, well, I already bought your ticket. You're going. Shit. All right. So she drags me out to Super Saturday. I go to Bellevue, Ohio, and I wander into this stupid event, and it's, you know, 50 people big, and I sit down, and this guy's talking on stage, and he's super charismatic, and I'm just like, you know, impress me. You know, that was the mindset that I had. I was like, let's see what you got, you know? And as he's talking, this guy just captivates you. And he goes by the name of Tommy Migrant, and you may have heard of him, right? This guy was making about $800,000 a year at this point or something ridiculous, you know, and he's in the Millionaires Club now. It was incredible. He was incredible. And you find yourself captivated by every word. And if you know, he's one of the original P90X success stories, you know, like his transformation was incredible. So after all the rah-rah stuff, you know, I go up to him and I said, listen, man, you know, like, what is this? You know, is this thing real? You know, because what you guys are saying is pretty awesome, but come on, you know, if it's too good to be, it sounds too good to be true. It's probably too good to be true. And he puts his hand on my shoulder, right? And, you know, I'm, 7 inches taller than this guy, you know, and he puts his hand on my shoulder and he goes, listen, man, you guys are doing well. Cause I told him, we're creeping up on that diamond coach rank, you know, making Success Club 10 1 month, you know, and he says, you guys are doing well. I'm going to tell you right now, give it 6 months, you know, and give it all you got. And if you're wrong, come back here and tell me I was wrong, you know, but do it 6 months as hard as you can and then have an opinion. And I was kind of just like, is that a challenge? You know, like, all right. And I said, okay. I was like, you know what? Let's see what I can do with this. So I just went at it. And we did it. And we started doing this stuff and I started posting this stuff and it's going to bring me into my first point, and it's called the rejection rocket. And if anybody here has read Your First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell, you may know what the rejection rocket is. And most of you have probably experienced it by now. But if not, I want you to know that it's aimed at your face right now. And it is just a matter of time when that thing goes off. And that is, you have just completed Insanity Max 30. All right. You've lost 10 pounds. You're feeling the best you felt in 10 years. And you're so excited to share these results because this is freaking real. You know, like this is crazy how much this crap works. You know, you post this stuff on your social media. You spend 20 minutes building this stupid collage. And then your wife told you it sucks, so you need to rebuild it, right? And then what happens is your coworkers and your childhood friend Billy tells you that you're a fucking homo on your Facebook newsfeed, and everybody starts making fun of you, and you are just like, where's that fucking delete button at? Right? And you just want to go delete the stupid post off, and you're like, you know what? Screw this. I'm done with this. Everyone's making fun of me. I don't want to do this. Right? It's called the rejection rocket. And if you haven't experienced that hater, just know that you're going to, all right? But you gotta push through those haters. You gotta understand that those haters, I mean, one, they're either messing with you and you need thicker skin, right? Or two, if you legitimately, and I'm telling you, I might have posted a video of how to deal with the haters in here. And if you guys remember that, and that was because I got this girl who was like so committed to telling me what a chauvinistic asshole that I was, you know, like right to my face, you know, like, and then she just had to make sure I knew and I got it, right? And I made this video like, you know, like this girl can say whatever she wants. Because when you push through that and you sign someone up with a T25 challenge pack, right? And then you never hear from them again. You're just like, I don't know, I messaged this girl, she didn't respond, you know, like, I guess, I don't know. She's still getting Shakeology, I'm sorry, you know, she doesn't know, you know? And then 10 months later, you get a message from this girl and it's a before and after photo of her. And she's lost 100 freaking pounds. And she says, thank you. Your daily posts kept me motivated and you're the reason that this happened. And you are just blown away, guys. Blown away. I was in this for the money. 100% from day one. I wanted to make money because I didn't want to be in the Army anymore. And this sounded pretty cool. But when that girl sent me that picture and said that I was the reason that she lost 100 pounds and she can get pregnant and have babies again, like everything changed right then. Everything changed. The reason I was doing this, the reason I kept doing this changed. And then there's certain realizations that come with it. But February rolled around and I'd been coaching for about 6 months. And my wife was about to start her dental hygiene program in college. And they wanted, you know, a couple $100 down to hold her spot at the college, you know, assholes. And I was about to start my new semester for pre-med. And we were making, I don't know, $100, you know, with Beachbody. But something had clicked. Something had clicked with us. And I had seen what's possible here. right? Because you got to understand that all these people that you see and you admire, the Dave Wards, the Mike Ryans, the Bob Lucidos, they're great people and they're filled with a wealth of knowledge. But understand right now that they are not special. They're not smarter than you. There is nothing special about them. They are just people that did it. And nobody here has a learning disability. So if your car broke down on the side of the road and all you had was a maintenance manual to fix it, could you figure it out? Probably, right? Otherwise, you're going to get picked to death by buzzards, right? This is the same way. This is the same way. Nobody here, and let's say we're all brand new coaches, right? Nobody here knows how to be a successful male beach body coach. But are you retarded? No, everybody here can figure it out. There are skills associated here. There's no surprise that Scotty Hobbs is the top male coach every single year. And Josh Spencer went from $0 to $30,000 a week, right? Right? And Bob Lucido can break this thing down to a science, right? You have to understand that there are skills associated here. And that if you want it bad enough and you're worried about getting picked to death by buzzards, that you will figure out the skills to do this job. And you'll stop making excuses about time, about energy, about everybody ignoring you, and that you can only recruit men for some ridiculous reason. So this February rolls around, and I have all this, and I'm going to get to that because this is the gentleman's club. This is men. But I'm going to tell you right now that if you're only recruiting men, you are messing up, guys. All right. But before we get to that, right, this is important because this is why I'm here. All right. February came around and they wanted all this freaking money. And we kind of looked at each other and said, this Beachbody thing's cool and all, but it's really about to fall away. I work full time for the Army and I'm about to go to school, relatively full time, like 20 hours, whatever. And I'm a dad, I have 2 kids and I'm a husband and we have all this stuff. I don't know, see how this could happen, and she's going to hygiene school. And we kind of looked at each other and we said, what if we throw all that away and do this instead? You gotta understand, I was making $100, I wasn't doing anything, and I'm a planner, I'm a military dude. So I have a plan when I do things. And the fact that this was even a thought is just ridiculous to look back at. So I go to my coach, Jessica, and I said, you need to get on a Zoom call with us right now. I'm all serious about it. And I said, listen up, I'm a planner. I plan out my life. Everything's about to happen, and it's going to start to interfere with Beachbody. We were diamond coaches by this point, And I said, but we have this idea. What if I dropped out of college, Tisha dropped out of college, and we focused on this for the next 18 months? Now, I understand that Beachbody's super rah-rah, everybody's awesome, and nobody has any issues. And if you have an issue, I'm going to delete that because this needs to be a positive environment, right? And that's just the way it is. But this is my life. And I cannot have you mess with my life just to get a couple volume points. So I need to know right now, is this possible? Can I do this? And I'm super serious, and she just looks at me and she starts laughing, right? And I've been to war twice and she's laughing at me in my face, and she says, you guys have no idea what's about to happen to your life. And that was it. That was all I needed to hear. Got off the Zoom call. I dropped out of college that day. 10 years I planned on being a doctor. And I dropped out of college that day making nothing, which is ridiculous. I'm not in any way saying go do that, But when plan B became the plan A, and now I said, this is going to happen. I need to make $1,000 a week by the time I get out of the Army in 18 months, or I can't live. Suddenly it started to get a lot of attention. And I would go to work every single day, and I would get home about 6 o'clock. And at 6 o'clock, I would sit down on my computer and I would start messaging to people. And I'm going to get all into that, right? I'm going to start messaging people. And at 8 o'clock, I broke for dinner and I broke to put the kids to bed. And then by 8:40, I was back at the computer and I sat on the computer till midnight, till 1 in the morning, till 2 in the morning, if people were still responding to me. And I did this for 9 months, guys. 9 months. That's not an exaggeration. I didn't watch movies. I didn't watch Netflix. I didn't do that. I went 100% in. 100% in. It was fun for me. It was a game. I kept tally marks to how many people told me to fuck off. And I tried to get to 20 a day. The most I ever got to was 16 in a day, right? But when you go that level, you can achieve amazing things. And I told you I had $1,000 in 18 months, which would have been my 2-year anniversary as a coach. I needed $1,000, which I'm at 2 years right now. I did it in 9 months. I did it in 9 months as a coach. I had $1,000 in a week. In a week, I mean. And I did it because of the level of intensity. And if you're coming here looking for a magic post or a magic bullet point to now I can do it, you're not going to find it. It's not the answer. You're looking for the wrong treasure. What we're leading to do here is we're going to learn how to build relationships, because relationships, and when Danny asked me, he's like, what are you mastering? What is it you wanted to speak on? I knew exactly what I speak on, because I wanted to speak on how I built this business. And that was by becoming best friends with everybody I come in contact with. I never met Danny before in my entire life, but every time we saw each other in Cancun, it was a smile, a handshake, a shot, and a 45-minute rant on telling him to get his shit together and lead Canada. But that's really what it takes. So we have to understand value, gentlemen. We have to understand value. What is value and what can it do for your business? Value is stop asking for things. You have to understand that it takes about 6 exposures for somebody to even consider joining your business or to join your challenge group. Every their exposure should be you giving them something. And that should be at the forefront of what you do. And if you put making money at the front of this business and the value comes behind it, you're never going to get past that mark. You're never going to start making the consistent paychecks. You're never going to walk that stage. But if you put helping people in front and the value of what we do in front, and I could break this down any way you want to do it. You want to talk objections, you want to talk price, you want to talk about how do I pitch Shakeology? Value comes first, always. If somebody says, how much does this cost? You don't answer that question, guys, not until you've said the value. So if somebody comes to you and they say, like, hey, I'm looking, I saw you were doing that Body Beast thing. How much does that cost? Right? Well, now I need to make sure they understand Body Beast before I talk about the price. So first I would say, well, yeah, Body Beast is great. Are you looking to get jacked? I mean, what exactly are your fitness goals? Right? And so I completely deflected that question away. I'm not answering that question. And if they keep coming back and say they're persistent with that question, it's super easy to stop that. Say, well, listen, I can't tell you a price unless I know exactly what's going to fit you. Otherwise, I'd have to blanket a price on you, which means I have to blanket a program on you. And I'm a beach body coach. I would never do that. I need to know specifically about you. And I mean, if you have a few minutes, I have just a few questions I could ask you. We could really dig deep and find out what you need to achieve your goals. And then we'd be able to talk about the price. Right? I just made that up off the top of my head, But the forefront of my mind is, how can I help you? I can't help you if you don't tell me what you're looking for. So take this value. What's the problem, bro? There you go. See you later. There's a shadow right here. He's chasing the shadow all over the floor. All right. So when you go for the value, okay, you understand that you're putting that out. You're putting that out into the universe. Is anybody here a man of God? Raise your hand. Where's the men of God at? All right. And where's the men of science? The science, and don't get religious on me. I have a point, right? But I'm saying the men of science, as in they understand the universe, right? On the Secret. Everybody read The Secret by Robin Byrne, right? Most religious people hate that book, and but a lot of the atheists and You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero kind of dips into the same spectrum. But The Secret by Robin Byrne, she talks about everything you put out into the universe is what you get back. Every vibe you put out into the universe is what you get back. So if you put out, God, I hope I'm not late today. then what are you going to be? Right? You're going to be late. You're going to be late. Right? And it happens every single time. Every single time you think you go to sleep and you say, God, I hope I don't sleep through my alarm. You know, like you always sleep through your alarm. So if you understand that philosophy and you go buy the book, The Secret, because it's freaking amazing, right? If you understand that philosophy of what you put out, you get back, you can use that to your advantage. And you can say, I will help 10 people this month. Now, you may go through a lot of people who don't want your help, but if you say, I will help 10 people this month, I will have a good day today, I will make someone smile today. And that kind of stuff is how you give value. And if I go out with the mindset of, I will help this person achieve their goals any way I can, then what am I going to get back? They're going to help me achieve my goals. Okay? It's really important, guys. That's probably the biggest thing I could talk about rather than this next one. And that is belief, right? Belief. If I had an hour to talk about something, right, it would be belief. It would be belief. And it kind of comes in two categories. And that is belief in your product and belief in yourself. So if you don't honestly believe that Focus T25 and Shakeology will change your life, one of my best friends in the whole world is Casey Walker, and he just won $100,000 at the Beachbody Challenge. And he did it with Focus T25 and the Shakeology. So there's not a shadow of a doubt. I mean, if you don't, all of us have stories. And a lot of people will say, you know, like, hey, you know, I don't have a story. I haven't completed a program yet. But that's not an excuse, guys. Everybody has a story. Anybody on that event with Bo Eason? Remember that? So the men's camp. Who went to the men's camp? The men's training camp last March. Yeah. So Bo Eason was a speaker there, and it was just right. It was so good, and that wasn't even a Beachbody event, corporate event. That corporate hired him. And if you made Success Club in June, I think, you got to do a live webinar with Bo Eason, the power of telling your story. All right. So if you weren't on that, you got to YouTube the guy, right? The power of your story is what's going to sell this product, guys, not the facts, not the facts. I mean, I know a big issue that I had when I first started out was word vomit, right? Anybody have the word vomit? When somebody goes, you're doing Body Beast, huh? Yeah, I'm doing Body Beast. It's fucking awesome, man. You do all these shit sets. It's great. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. But you doing that Shakeology thing too? What's that? Oh my God, let me tell you. All right, so it's like, there's like 70 freaking things in it, and you drink it. Sometimes it tastes like shit, but when you put peanut butter in it, it's really good. I mean, it makes you poop a lot, but they say it's a good thing, so that's really great. I mean, right? You know what I'm talking about? Who does that? If you still do that, it's okay to raise your hand, because sometimes you get super excited because you're like, oh my God, if this person hears me, they might buy it. You know, it's called word vomits, and we all had it. We all had it, and I'm telling you, man, I freaking had it. But you can do away with it, guys. You can do away with it by using the tools necessary that we have around. So the belief in your product is going to come easy, but refining it with the skills is going to be how you take it to the next level. So yes, we all love Shakeology. We all love the performance line. And if you're not taking the performance line, you are doing yourself a disservice. Go to my page. I just shared my freaking results for 30 days using it. It's pretty freaking crazy. But you have to almost play a game. So if somebody were to ask me, like, oh, you do this Shakeology thing, what's that all about? And I mean, it's my one goal with this, and that is I'm going to get you to watch a video on Shakeology. Everything I say other than that it's going to push to that. Because if I spent 45 minutes talking to somebody about Shakeology, which I'm sure some of you do, what if I did that to everybody in this call? How long would that take? If I did that one-on-one with everybody on this call, that would take forever. But if I can use a awesome video that explains it way better than I ever could, then why wouldn't I take advantage of that too? So when somebody says, like, you do that Shakeology thing, what's that all about? I kind of use the approach of Yeah, just, they say you have to eat like so many fruits and veggies in a day, but who the heck can eat that much, honestly, but that's what this kind of does, like bridges that gap there. So it's like 70, super amazing ingredients or something. I don't know. I actually have this video. It's only like 3 minutes long, but I can explain it way better than I ever could. And then after we could, you could ask me any more in-depth questions, but if I sent it over, would you take the time to check it out? That's it, guys. That's it. And you can do that with anything. You can do that with Body Beast. You can do that with Insanity. You can do that with the Performance Line. You can do that with 3-Day Refresh. You can do it with the coaching opportunity. You can do everything. Let the tools work for you, okay? But believe that these tools are going to work for you, because they will. You can go to the Team Beachbody YouTube page, create your own YouTube account, and start favoriting the videos that you use most. So the workout previews, your opportunity video that your team uses, and just start deflecting, man. Just start deflecting stuff to videos. And as soon as you stop messaging people and you're sending out videos, that's it. It becomes much easier. It becomes much easier, much less time consuming, and you don't get a lot of objections after that. So the next part is believing in yourself, and they really tie into each other. Believing in yourself is going to be, as the Gentleman's Club, be probably your most powerful asset. Is there any, who's the extroverts? Who's the outgoing guys? Who likes to take control of the situation? Raise your hand. Right? And where are the introverts? Who's the guy who, he kind of like rolls his eyes whenever somebody starts talking because you just want to punch them in the face? Where's that guy at? Yeah. Yeah. My biggest issue is that I was an extrovert, but I was really angry all the time, so I didn't want to be in charge of anything. But when I saw somebody really stupid at being in charge, I wanted to be in charge just because you suck so bad at it. Right? And that was kind of how I went through my life. Yeah. But when you're talking to people and you start getting these objections, how much does that frustrate you? Right? Because most of these objections are ridiculous. They're ridiculous objections. These are the kind of things that people say, like, oh, I gotta, wait till the first, and you're like, hey, no problem, man. We'll wait till the first. We'll get you set up on the first. And the first rolls around, they go, dude, you won't believe it. My cat accidentally died, and my uncle tripped on him and then fell and broke his hip, and he doesn't have health insurance, and now he's suing me because it was in my house, so I gotta pay for it. Right? The most ridiculous things in the entire world. And you just get so frustrated, man. I'm telling you, I get so frustrated. And you want to burn the bridge, but you want to be professional. You go, no problem. We'll talk in 3 weeks. And you go about that approach. And how do you maintain that composure? It's believing that you have value to give, and you do that through personal development. Guys, I'm telling you, I already told you that I have a service dog for post-traumatic stress disorder. I can't handle crowds. I can't handle the freaking fireworks at Summit or Cancun, right? And I don't do well. I don't do well in some situations. I would never be able to do this sort of thing had I not invested in my own growth. And I know what you're thinking right now, and I can see it, right? I know what you're thinking right now, because I was that guy that said, how's a book going to teach me to be awesome? I'm already awesome, right? That was me. I get it. But I slowly watched my wife start to make some sales. And I was like, why aren't my Army friends buying this crap from me? Right? And that Time Hop exposes you. And I could see posts that I made 2 years ago where I posted I made a post, and it came up the other day, and it said, are you fat? Do you not want to be fat anymore? Do Insanity. Buy it here. And I posted my link. And that's the kind of stuff that I did, and nobody was buying from me. I don't know why, I just don't get it, and it was frustrating. So my wife just kept saying, she says, there's this book here that teaches you how to be good at this. You can read it. And I just went, yeah, what a nerd, right? So I did it, and I watched her grow, and my wife became such an inspiration for me because she started to do things that she wouldn't normally do. She went out of her comfort zone to be successful, and to connect with people. And it was awesome to watch. And she said, this is why it's happening. You're stupid. So I did it, and I did it. And I read Go Pro by Eric Worre. That was my first book. And it was great. You know, it was great. And then after that, I read The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Has anybody read The Slight Edge? Anybody read it? The Slight Edge changed my life, gentlemen. And that's I don't know. I can't put it any more than that. If you have not read The Slight Edge, it's on your next list. I don't care what your goals are in this business. I don't care where you are, what rank you are, how much money you're making. Yeah. GoPro is really great, and it teaches you the how of this business. And Danny, the reason, I mean, we talked about this in Cancun too, but the how in this business is super important. But for guys like me and guys like Danny, the how is the answer. But for everyone else, the how is not the answer yet. Because let's say you're an alcoholic, right? And I was an alcoholic. I was sober for 2 years, right? Say you're an alcoholic. And I come up to you and I go, what's up, man? I got this DVD. It's 12 points on not to be an alcoholic anymore. Watch this. Boom. There you go. You're not an alcoholic anymore. That makes sense? No, it's ridiculous, right? That's not a thing, you know? But why not? That's how. I'm teaching you how not to be an alcoholic. But the how isn't the answer. The how comes after. Why is the answer. You guys heard that crap, right? Why? Why do you do this? Find your why, the why that makes you cry. And you just go, okay. Right? You've all heard that. But it's the most important part of this business. The why you're doing this is the fuel that makes the rocket ship go. You're the rocket ship. You're going to go. Nobody's going to go for you. Me, Danny, Scott Freeman, the other leaders of the Gentlemen's Club. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah. We're the gyroscope. Anybody know what a gyroscope is? We're the thing that sits on top of the rocket ship that points you in the right direction, right? That's it. But we can't go for you. You're the one that has to go. And you go with why. Why are you going? And let me explain to you the power of why you do something. Say I have a 2x4, right? I lay this 2x4 on the ground and I say, who we got here? Hey, Rob, walk across this 2x4. I'll give you $20. Right? What are you going to say? Easiest $20 I've ever made in my life. Right? I think that's easy. But let's say I take that 2x4 and I put it on top of 2 skyscrapers, linking the skyscrapers together. And I say, hey, Rob, cross that 2x4. I'll give you $20. What are you going to say? Fuck you, man. I'm not crossing the 2x4. All right. But then let's say I take your wife and I put your wife on the other skyscraper and I set that building on fire. Are you going to cross that 2x4? Of course you are. I didn't even offer you $20. What changed? What changed in those situations, gentlemen? Why am I crossing this 2x4? That's what changed. That's the power of why. Why are all of you on this call right now? Because I want to learn how to build some relationships if you're ever going to get to that. Why? Why do you want to build relationships? Because I need to build relationships in order to make some freaking challenge pack sales. Why do you want to make challenge pack sales? Because I need to make some freaking money so that way I have to stop paying $99 for Shakeology every month. Why? Why can't you afford $99 every single month? Well, because, I mean, shit, I got to work. I got a family to support. I got to, you see what I'm doing here, guys? This is a drill that I want you to do with yourself. And I want you to really do it. You hear a lot of crap. You read a lot of crap in personal development books that you're like, that's nice. But you never actually do it when it tells you to make a list or tells you to do something. None of you ever do it because I didn't do it, But I want you right now, not right now because I'm talking right now, later, right? Later, go ahead and sit down and you can do it with your wife. You can sit down and you can say, ask me why to everything that I'm doing. And dig and dig and get to the point to where you're going like, I don't want to play this game anymore, and then keep digging. And you're going to find something that you didn't even know was there because your great aunt Phyllis told you one day that you were meant for something great and then laughed about you behind your back and said, that kid's never amounted to anything. Like, I don't know, something ridiculous, And you're going to go, holy crap, that is why I decided to do this. And that why, that little why, I want you to ball it up and put it in your pocket. And every time you say, nobody's buying from me, or only girls are successful at this, Or why isn't this guy getting to the fucking point yet, right? You pull that why out and you say, that's why I'm suffering through this. Because if somebody signed you up and told you that this business was sunshine and rainbows and you can build $1 million business on an hour a night, then they freaking lied to you. That's okay. You can stay, and I'll teach you how to do it. All of you are busy, right? Everybody have a full-time job, right? Raise your hand. You all got full-time jobs, right? 9 to 5, 7 to 7, crazy hours. You got a life. But you're here for something. And if everybody here had the possibility to earn $120,000 a year, would you do that job anymore? Or would you quit that job and spend every single day with your wife? Be there to go be the mystery reader at your kids' schools. Surprise them. Show up to have lunch with your kids at school because you just freaking can. The other day I went kayaking on a Tuesday at 9 a.m. because I had nothing to do. And when you have the ability to do these things, it kind of makes everything in retrospect go, it was all worth it. Of course it was all worth it. So I want you to take everything that you have now, all the relationship issues, all the times your kids tell you they hate you, all the crap your boss gives you, and I don't know, I almost read something else, right? And all this crap that you take, and I'm not saying, guys, just, push something aside and drop out of college like I did and then do this instead. That's ridiculous. No, I'm telling you to take all the crap that's piled up on you, that's weighing you down, that makes you miserable and want to drink a beer every night and come home and take a 2-hour nap. And I'm telling you to add this on top of it. It's crazy, right? That's crazy. And I'm telling you right now, the only reason I'm telling you it is because my mentor, Josh Spencer, told me that. I'm so glad he did, because we came so close to quitting this because it was hard and everybody was telling me no, and none of my coaches were working, and I could barely make Success Club if I made Success Club, and nobody else would make Success Club on my team. So I said, what's the point of this? I'm putting in 25 hours a week into this Beachbody crap, and I'm making $75 a week maybe. Getting heated up. Right. And he told me that if you bust your butt for the next 18 months, I'll give you the rest of your life. And I trusted him because the guy made $30,000 a week. And that's what I did, guys. And that's really what's possible here. And I'm telling you to do the same thing because I did it. I did it. I had miserable days as a Beachbody coach. Days I just didn't want to do it. But you pull that why out and you say, I will not go to Afghanistan again. Not happening. The next war I fight will be here for whatever reason. I'm not going anywhere else to fight another war. I did it twice and done. But I can't not do that unless I have this. Otherwise, you're just trading stressors. Because you're going to go from being miserable because you want to punch your boss in the face every single day, right? To, oh great, now I'm a doctor, but I work 80 hours a week, so I still don't see my kids. No, man, not me. So I hope that helps. Let's talk about building relationships. And I didn't even leave a lot of time for it because it really isn't that hard. And you may be overthinking it. And if I go through this and you're still just like, stupid, right? It means that you're not ready yet. It means that you need to go back to personal development. You need to get into the slight edge and understand the power of compounding effect, which is where you can just read The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. They're both the same book, right? But GoPro's great, guys. Rock Your Network Marketing Business is great. Your first year in network marketing, those are all amazing how-to books. But we need to understand why we're doing this before we understand how we do it. And I'm telling you right now that if one more analogy before I get into the stuff the action that you can take. If I told you right now, and this is Jason DeBold. You may know who Jason DeBold is. Of course you don't. Jason DeBold is he was near a founding coach. He's close to being one of the founding coaches. Been a coach for about 7 or 8 years now. He built this business so fast and so aggressively that he now doesn't have to work the business anymore. And you don't know who he is. When you see him at Summit, you have no idea who he is. But the guy has 12 million TV every single week. Every single week. Yeah. Isn't that incredible? Do the math on $18 per 300 on how much money this guy makes a week. You don't have to literally do it. I saw somebody like, right? This Jason DeBold. And Jason DeBold came up with this analogy, so I'm going to credit him. But it's something that when he said it, I just went, oh. I'm going to say, I'm going to give you a job, guys. Congratulations. You're all hired. You're going to work for Team Beachbody. Jason DeBold, obviously you know how to spell Jason, right? But it's DIEBOLD. You're going to go to his page and you're going to go, this guy's a Beachbody coach, right? Because all he does is post pictures of him doing like crazy adventure stuff, right? So I wouldn't follow him for advice on like how to be a good coach, guys, because the guy doesn't do it anymore. So just follow him for I will be that guy one day, right? So back to the analogy, right? So you're all hired. You're all hired, okay? You're going to be Beachbody coaches now. Congratulations. Your job as a Beachbody coach is you will be in charge of offering this opportunity to other people. This job pays $0.00. So you're going to make $0.00 doing this job. And your job is simply to go to 2 people every single day and say, hey, I'm working with Team Beachbody. Have you ever considered learning about working for Team Beachbody? And that's it. That's your job. 2 people a day. And you're going to do this for 4 years. For 4 years. And let's say it doesn't matter what they say to you. So no matter what they say to you, no matter what objection they give you, or if they go, what the heck is that? Or how much does it cost? Or whatever it is, you can say whatever you want. You can say purple stuffed unicorn to whatever they say. It doesn't matter. Your job is to simply offer them the opportunity to join you. And you're going to do it for 4 years. And you're going to make $0.00 forever. Or I'm sorry, for 4 years. After 4 years, you're going to make $100,000 for the rest of your life. Okay? Pretty sweet deal, right? Who here would not take that job? Right? Everybody would take that job. It's amazing. 2 years or for 4 years, all you have to do is walk up to them and go, hey, want to be a Beachbody coach? It doesn't matter what they say back. It doesn't matter what you say back to them. You just offer the opportunity. And then I'm going to give you $100,000 for the rest of your life. Here's the catch. Here's the catch. If you miss even 1 day of offering 2 people this opportunity, you're fired and you get nothing. Is it worth it now? Yeah. Hell yeah, it's still worth it. That's what I'm offering you guys. Stop looking at your $75 paycheck. Stop looking at your $250 paycheck. Stop looking at your $2,000 a week paycheck. Stop looking at it. You all work full-time jobs. You all make a living. Everything you make here is just fluff. Save 25% of it though, because you're going to owe it back. But other than that, have a dinner, have a night out. Build a savings account. Pay off a car. Just have fun. Stop getting so stressed out about not making any money here. You're all getting jacked. You're all getting jacked. You're already getting the value. You have the added benefits to make a bunch of money doing this. And I guarantee you that if you offer this opportunity, I guarantee you, I'm not hoping, I'm not wishing, I am 100% positive that if you offer this opportunity to 2 people every single day for 4 years, you are going to hear every single objection that is imaginable over and over and over again. And you're going to get really, really good at overcoming those objections, aren't you? Because you're going to hear them all. But if you detach yourself from, I hope they don't say no, I hope they don't ask me about the price or ask me if this is a pyramid scheme. And if you detach yourself from that, then who cares? Who cares? Because you're going to the top of this company. You're going to walk on stage in Summit 2016. They are more than welcome to come with you, but you are going to the top of this company with or without them. And they are lucky you are even giving them the opportunity. And if you take that mindset approach into every single conversation that you have, you are going to start to notice that you don't chase people anymore. You reach out to them and you grab their attention and you give them this opportunity, and they are asking for more information. But how you approach them is going to be key. So I hope that helped. I hope that helps you guys, man, because that one really spoke volumes to me, that it doesn't matter what you do, that all you have to do is do it. And understand that you can be the slowest person in the history of the world, and I can be Speedy Gonzalez. And if we do a race that never ends, you will win, right? Because consistency beats skill every single time. Every single time. I was not good at this, but I did it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And you start to get good at it. And you start to say, well, the way I handled that objection didn't work very well. And I just got this new objection that's the same as that one. So maybe I'm going to try it a little differently now. Oh, that worked really well. I'm going to try that one again. And you start to become good at overcoming this crap. So who do you talk to? How do you talk to them? This is what we're going to talk about, all right? So the exact action steps that you're going to do is you need to be adding new people to your market every single day. If you're not adding new people to your market every single day, you're going to do nice and wonderful and everything's going to be fluffy, and all of a sudden you're going to go, oh crap, I don't have anybody left to talk to. And you don't want that. That sucks. Then you start to enter hustle mode and you have to add and sell at the same time. You don't want to do that, all right? Because then it starts to mess with the process. So go ahead and head over to that people you may know section. And you're going to find people that you went to high school with. And if you have more than 10 mutual friends with them and they're not a Beachbody coach, I add them as a friend. Okay? You add them as a friend, and then once a week, go into your sent friend requests and delete all the ones that didn't get accepted. And then just do it every single day. Every single day, you need to be spending at least 3 friend requests to people that you don't even know. You don't even know. And if as long as you're doing 3 a day, you're not going to end up in Facebook jail as long as you go back and delete all of the requests that don't get accepted. Excuse me. Okay, so that's number 1 on how you add new people, the people you may know section. The second is like pages. So don't go into yard sale groups. Stay out of the yard sale groups, all right? Go to like pages. Anybody here like Elliot Hulse and Strength Camp, right? You like Paul Chek, Steve Maxwell, like these fitness gurus, right? Who likes hunting? You like hunting? Who likes beards? I don't know. Is there a beard group on Facebook? I'm sure there is, right? All right, you like beards? You go to hang out in your beard group and you talk about your beards, you know? And you get on these like pages, all right? And you start engaging. Comment on something. And if you see somebody else commented on it, you can reply to their comment and just ad lib. Just build on what they said, or agree, or disagree, or whatever it is you want to do. And then just continue with your day. If they respond to you again, then respond to them again and get that conversation rolling. And if I respond to them 1 or 2 times, I'm just going to randomly send them a friend request because you've already kind of built that connection, and they'll accept it most times. And that's it. So then you just keep going. The third way, and we're going to get to the part I know you're all thinking, right? The third way you're going to do it is in person. You all work full-time jobs. Does anybody here work from home? Nobody? Nobody works from home? You got one? So the majority of you do not work from home, which means you have to go out and venture into the dark, scary world where you're afraid to talk about Beachbody for some reason. You run into so many people out there. So for you to say, I just don't know anybody, it's ridiculous. You run into everybody. I want you to change the thought process. I want you to set a goal for yourself. And when you go out and you get in your car in the morning, you say, I will add 1 person on Facebook today. I see cows all day. All right. Okay. So the goal is not, I will talk about Shakeology. I will talk about Beachbody. I will sell a challenge pack to a stranger. That's not your goal. All right. Your goal is, I will add a new friend on Facebook today, or I will collect an email today. It doesn't matter how you do that. I meet you out in the world, and I'm standing in my army uniform, and you are buying a water at the gas station. You go, hey, you're in the Army. Thanks for your service, man. I go, hey, no problem, man. Thanks. Did you serve? And he went, oh no, I didn't serve. And I said, oh, why not? You end up going to college or something? Yeah, I wanted to serve. My dad served, but I ended up, going to college and stuff like that. Sweet, dude. What'd you major in? Oh, well, I'm actually an electrician now. Oh, sweet. Do you work around here? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I work around here. Oh, okay, great. So, like, do you have like a card or something? Because I was actually just had one of my sockets just go out. I was wondering how to do it. I was gonna fuck with myself. I was afraid of killing myself. And he goes, yeah, I do. Here you go. Boom. Now you have that fucker's email address. Or he goes, no, I don't have my card on me right now. And you say, well, you know what? Like, hey, are you on Facebook or anything like that? That way, maybe I can get a little bit more information from you later. Here, find yourself. And then hand them your phone. Or hold out your hand. That's a ballsy one. And if you do that, I want you to let the Gentlemen's Club know, because I did it and they told me to do it. And I was kind of like, I don't know. Because you could just be like, are you on Facebook? Here, let me find myself. You just hold your hand out and just stare at them. And people will instinctively go, okay. They'll just do it. They'll just hand you your phone. I know because I did it. And I was so scared to do it because I was like, this guy's going to look at you like you're retarded, Hey, give me your phone, But no, it works, guys. It works. So you can do it. All right. But if you feel a little reserved about it, give them your phone. But the reason that one's kind of iffy is because they're sending themselves a friend request. They can just deny it later. But if I say, let me find myself, they are adding you so you can just approve them. Right? Wow, that's crazy. All right, that's pretty crazy. All right. So you're adding these people. If you do it, I want you to comment in the Gentlemen's Club that you did it and let us know. Make a video and say, this is what happened, guys. It was freaking ridiculous. Right? And let me know. That's cool. So let's talk about, like, your exact question is like, okay, I added my old, lacrosse teammates from 15 years ago. What do I do now? Right? What do I do now? My answer is nothing. And this is all intertied with, guys, with everything else that you do as a coach. So if you send them a message right off the bat and try to engage them in Beachbody talk, they will block you. If you engage them right off the bat and try to be their best friend, they will think you're weird, probably. Okay? With girls, you can do that. Say you went to a high school with a girl and you add her, you can message her right away. Girls are super okay with it. If you're, I don't know, Danny, I made a video on how to be a successful male coach. Do you remember that? Maybe I'll just add that into the Gentlemen's Club after this again so you guys can watch that, because I almost went into it, but this whole thing about you can't talk to girls, I'm like, that's ridiculous. But I'll just post that video that talks all that. If you're not talking to girls, guys, you'll never find yourself on stage. Just won't happen. Josh Spencer recruits girls. Okay, he acts like he doesn't, but he does. But you add these people, and you just go back to what you're doing before. If I go to Patrick's page right now, when was the last time that he posted something on Facebook? Okay. If you add me as a friend and I go see your page and you haven't posted in 6 days, like, it doesn't really add any value. So I'm getting distracted by the comments. It is so crucial that you are posting on your Facebook page 3 to 5 times a day. 3 to 5 times a day. Okay. I'm different. I post my personal life on Facebook, and I'll explain why. And then you can, if you want to jump on after we stop recording to explain why you don't, we can. I post my personal life on Facebook page. Everybody heard of Form, right? Form, right? It's how you talk to people. You talk about their family, talk about occupation, talk about what they do for recreation, and then you send the message, but it's Form. And that's how you engage with people in conversation and building relationships. But forming back and forth, how do I get them to reach out to me? Because imagine that you joined this Team Beachbody opportunity and you didn't have to message people but 3 times a week. instead of 7 nights a night, 7 times a night? What if you had people reaching out to you? What if you had people emailing you? You can do that. That is possible. There's no limit to what we can do. There's no limit to the number of Success Club points you can earn in a month. I know the guys up there in Canada know that. Jesus, right? But down here in America, where we're happy to get 15. Yeah. So the reason I post everything on Facebook, and if you go to my Facebook page, I'm going to tell you what you're not going to find. You're not going to see my magical one-hit wonder where I signed up 20 people from one post, or the one post that made me connect with everyone and suddenly I have everyone reaching out to me, because it doesn't it doesn't exist, guys. That post doesn't exist. So stop trying to find it. Stop trying to do it. When you go to my page, what you will see is unrelenting consistency and value. I'm dying right now. You will see on my page 3 to 5 posts every single day for the last 2 years. Because what did I say about consistency? It wins every single time, guys. Every single time. I'm telling you, I was the guy that posted on Facebook once every 3 months. But when I found out that what the winners were doing, they were posting value and sharing their life on Facebook every single day, and that's why they were successful, I said, I'm about to figure this out then. Because if that's what they're doing to be successful, that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I did. And again, I worked full time. You work full time. I just don't have time to post. Bryan, I can't do it. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's super simple. You set alarms on your phone for 9, 12, 3, 6, and 9. And you have them every single day. Every single day. And you'll be able to turn them off after a few weeks because you'll start to get it together. And you set these alarms on your phone. And every time that alarm goes off, I don't care what you're doing, you post something. You post what you're doing. Well, I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting on my computer at work. That's a post. That's a post. You are a real person. It's okay to be a real person. And you take a selfie of yourself, just like this with your computer, and you say, I literally don't know if I can stand to be sitting at this computer for 10 more minutes. ... Hashtag white collar. That's it. That's a post. It's a post right there. That's it. And then how long I thought of that in 4 seconds, right? That's what you have to do. That's super simple to do. If say you're sitting at your computer again at noon, right? I can't post my computer again. Now tell me what you're thinking. What is a funny thought you had today? Tell me a funny joke you heard today. And this is easy. See, it's super easy. Like, this is the most obvious things in the entire world, but you're not doing it. So do this. Do this. It's so simple to do. But what separates the successful coaches from the unsuccessful coaches is they do the things that are simple to do. And if that makes you kind of go, yeah, all right, cool, it means you're doing the right thing. But if that kind of stings a little bit, then good. Maybe you needed to hear it because you're on this call because you want to be successful, but you're not taking the actions necessary to be successful. So you post on your page 3 to 5 times a day, one of which is about Beachbody. Just your workout, your selfie, your Shakeology, your I love my job post, whatever it is you're doing that day. The rest of which is I want to know about you. I want to know who you are. Because if I'm going to trust my body and health with you, I need to know what I'm getting in with. And you can put your entire life on Facebook. You go to my page right now, you take 4 scrolls down, you will know everything that's happening in my life. Because I post it all. I post it all. Because if I do that, and I open myself up, it makes people comfortable enough to feel like they know me. And if you guys follow me on Facebook, you probably know me, right? You know me because I put it all out there. And I want that because it makes people comfortable to reach out to me. And whether it's a coach who needs a kick in the butt, or if it's a 180-pound, 5'2" woman who wants to lose weight, that's fine. I can't look ridiculous. Yeah, that's good. So you're adding these new people consistently every single day, and you don't have to message them anything. because they're already seeing your life. And then you're going to hit them this way. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to your friends list. And so you get your active list, right? And I got my active list right there. And I'm going to keep my list differently. This is what I do. If your coach has you doing something else, that's fine. This is what I do. All right. I start at A. You go to your friends list and you start at A. And everybody that's not a coach, I'm going to hover their name, see if they're a coach. I'm going to send them a message. And it's going to be something along the lines of, hey, man, haven't talked to you in a while. How the hell have you been? It's my crazy secret right there. Isn't that crazy? Right? You just start a conversation with someone. Okay. You send them, hey, what's up? How you been? Haven't talked to you in a long time. And that whether you talked to them 6 months ago, 3 months ago, 6 years ago, it works every time. Okay. And you're going to do that, get about 20 messages sent out. You want to send messages until you have about 10 conversations going. That's a lot of clicking. And you're going to get really fast at typing. You'll get good. Okay. And you're going to get about 10 conversations going. What do I talk about? To have a conversation with these people, you don't have to bring up Beachbody if you don't feel comfortable bringing up Beachbody. But if I meet you and we haven't seen each other in 9 years, what's one of the first things I'm going to say to you? Holy shit, dude, what's up? What have you been up to? Right? And they're going to say, whoa, what's up, man? No, I'm working as an engineer over at, wherever. What about you? Because that's what they're going to say back to you, isn't it? Because who doesn't say it back? What if I say, what's up, man? What do you say back every single time? What's up? Right? How many people do you go, what's up? Well, today I went down to the store. No, nobody does that. People will ask you the same questions that you asked them. Use that to your advantage. What have you been up to? And then you do not, when they say, what about you? Do not just ignore what they said. You're not a robot. Don't be a robot. Have a conversation with them. And you say, no shit, you're an engineer, dude? That's pretty crazy. That market's not saturated or anything like that, though, because, it seems like a lot of people got their engineer degree. And they say, oh, no, yeah, it's out west or whatever. And they give you whatever answer, And then you say, well, and they say, what about you? What have you been up to? And you say, well, you know what, man, I actually just retired from the Army after 8 years. And I work for a Team Beachbody, people that make like P90X and stuff like that. And I do like online fitness coaching and stuff online now. I work from home and it's, it's pretty awesome. I just moved to Orlando, Florida. But, tell me, so like, where do you work? Right? Or to get this, so the point is, so I put it all out there, but then I get the conversation off of Beachbody. Take it away. You don't need to sell them anything right now. Take it away. So I instantly throw another question at them. Nice. I'm actually going out to Tampa here soon. We'll talk. So I tell them, like, hey, I go to another question and say, hey, you were dating that girl in high school. Did you end up marrying that chick or what happened there, right? And I get the conversation off of Beachbody and we go back. So then what do we talk about, Brian? What do we talk about? You talk about whatever the heck you talk about. You just have a conversation with these people. Stop overcomplicating it. I'm not good at talking to people. What did you watch? Let's say you saw Avengers last week and it was the greatest freaking movie you had ever seen in your whole freaking life, right? And it was so amazing, like it was the greatest movie ever. And you go to work on Monday and you saw this movie on Friday. What is the first thing that you're going to want to say to everybody you work with? Holy crap, have you seen Avengers? You're going to want to talk about it. Do you make any money if they go see Avengers? No, not a cent. Do you love Body Beast and Shakeology? Of course you do. I know I do. I've gained 25 freaking pounds doing that crap. I treat Body Beast and Shakeology about the same way that we just talked about Avengers. That you have to be out of your freaking mind. What are you doing, a workout you got on bodybuilding.com? Do you not care about your gains? Right? That's what I tell people. You tell them that. So you just have a conversation with these people. If the conversation dies, it dies. It's over. But how do I sell them? You don't. you use your 3 to 5 posts every single day to attract new customers. And when you post consistently and you message people consistently, it boosts your posts on Facebook. So if you and I are friends and we've been Facebook friends for 6 years and we haven't talked in 4 years, you're not seeing any of my posts. Did you know that? Did you know that Facebook will bog down your posts if people don't communicate with you? That's why it's very important that you message every single person on your friends list. How cool was that? I just double water bottled. So you go through and you start messaging all these people. If for any reason they bring up, oh crap, you do that P90X thing? Like, oh, man, I've always wanted to do that. You know, like it always seems so hard. Or I did that, dude. That shit was ridiculous. Then talk about it now. All right, talk about it. They want to talk about it, so talk about it. If you get the conversation off of Beachbody and they keep bringing it back to Beachbody, then talk about it. And if they say, so you do this, like this coaching thing, what is that? What do you say to that? We already talked about this earlier. Do you go, oh my God, here we go, right? No, I instantly deflect off of it. And yeah, I use Instagram too, yeah. But I instantly deflect off of that question. And I say, I run online fitness groups. We make commission, helping people get healthy and fit. And I work full time doing it. I actually have this video, that if you're interested in learning what coaching is, excuse me, I said interested, I meant to say open, right? If you're open to learning what coaching is, it's like 18 minutes long, answer all your like basic details. And then afterward, we could talk about more in-depth questions. But if I sent it over, would you take the time to check it out? And that's it. Instant defer. Video right in your face. Right? That's it. Always deflect the tools when it comes to these sorts of things. Let the tools do the work for you. If you don't have a good coaching opportunity webinar on your team, then you need to make it. Okay, because there's tons of resources out there for you to create all kinds of awesome content. So we've talked about adding new people. We talked about messaging people. And if you put helping people at the forefront of this whole formula, I post every single day, 3 to 5 times a day, because I want you to message me with your problems. Because I know that no matter what your problem is, if you are depressed, if you are fat, if you have IBS, if you have financial strain, if you have no time to spend with your family, any objection you give me, you can shoot them out there. Any objection you give me, I can answer with this opportunity. But they're not going to reach out to you if they don't know that they can. Make people say no to you. Make people say no to you, guys. That's it. You're a guy. Be a guy. Don't be something that you're not. Be real on your postings. And if you want to know how to build relationships, it's simply understanding that what you have is amazing and that they are even lucky that you're giving them the opportunity. And it's a good way to put it without sounding like a complete asshole. But I think you kind of get the point, guys. If you have any questions, I know it was a long one, but I really hope you understand that this building relationships thing is not hard. It's caring. You should have one goal when you're messaging the A to Z. A to Z, guys. I'm talking, you don't skip anybody. I don't care if you hate that guy. You message him. You have one goal. Do you know what that goal is? It's not to sell him a challenge pack. It's not to sign up as a coach. It's not to get him to watch a video. Your goal is to become best friends with everybody on your friends list. Does that sound ridiculous? It'll change your freaking life if you do it. That's it. Matt, unmute Danny, please.
No.
There we go.
Hey,
All right.
I
Well,
got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
It's not a question. I was on the call that you did with Rockstar a couple weeks back, and you did the bubble thing.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could tell these guys about this bubble chart. I actually started doing it this past week because I've been really floundering.
Yeah.
And I just needed to change up what I was doing. So I was wondering if you could maybe go over that with these guys for a quick minute.
Yeah, we can do that, but I mean, that's a how. And I want you to understand that that's a how, okay? It's a how do I be successful here? And it's by using this bubble sheet method. But if you are jumping in this right now saying, you know, like, yeah, personal development, it's okay, but tell me how I can make some freaking sales. This will not, I'm holding it right here, by the way. Like, I got it. This will not work for you guys unless you do everything I just freaking talked about first. But this is a catalyst, okay? This will amplify what you're already doing. What this is a bubble sheet. It has 100 bubbles on it. The goal is to fill up this sheet in 90 days, in 1 quarter. And what you're going to do is say you have a coaching webinar and mine's 18 minutes long. Your goal is to share that coaching webinar with 100 people in 90 days. Can you do that? That's so easy because I just told you that you have to offer this opportunity to 2 people a day. Right? So that's super easy to do. The question is, are you going to do it? So we have this sheet. You want to fill it out in 90 days. You share the video with them. You say, hey, you know, like if you're interested in this coaching thing, I have this video. It's 18 minutes long. If I send it over, we take time to check it out. They say, yeah, sure, great. You send it to them. You set up a time to follow up. Too many people I talk to say, I sent out this video. I'm filling out my power of 3 sheet. And I said, great. Are you following up with these people? Yeah, I was going to message them next Friday. You know, like, it doesn't take 7 days to watch an 18-minute video, dude. Like, no, it means that you're not creating the value behind the video. Remember, they are lucky you're even giving them this opportunity to watch this 18-minute video. And if you go into it with that mindset and you make sure that they understand that, they're not going to be like, oh, I'll watch it after I put the kids down. They're going to tell their kids to wait a second and they're going to watch this freaking video. That's pretty cool. So we have this sheet. You put their name on it when you show them the video. You follow up with them. They say, yeah, I want to do this. You go, great. And you star their name. You put a star over their name. And then you keep going. Once they sign up, you highlight their name, right? You highlight their name. And this sheet will expose your skills, guys. It exposes your skills. It lets you know how much you suck at giving the opportunity. Because when you start this, you will start and you will share 10 webinars and you will get maybe 1 sign up, or 20 webinars and get maybe 1 sign up, because that's how we all are when we start out, okay? But as you continue to grow with this and you start to get good with it and you start to understand that they are even lucky that you're given the opportunity, it's weird that I keep repeating that, right? You will start to convert 7 out of 10 people, 6 out of 10 people. So what we do in my team is that we create a push group and we get 1 chat together, and we all have this bubble sheet, and we all race. And every Wednesday or every Thursday, we all take a screenshot of our bubble sheet and we share it in the chat, and we see who's sucking and who's doing it. And if you start to suck too much, you get the boot out. But we do that, we race, and it really does show all your rubies, all your reds, you know, all your freaking go-getter guys. This is, if you are a go-getter, and you're that red abrasive, and if you're me, you know, like if you're that guy, you know, then this is what will make you recruit 15 coaches a month. You know, this will do it. That help? That good?
Awesome. Is it possible for you to share that sheet on the Gentleman's Club? Does it exist as a template? I'm sure it does.
Yep. Yeah, I can definitely do it. Yeah.
Awesome. Seriously, Bryan, thank you very much for all this advice. I think it's good that we have different perspective from different people. Your story is beyond different than anybody else's I've heard before, you know. So, and that's the beauty of all this. We all have something to share, guys, and don't hesitate to practice your story. And I've listened to Bryan now, and 2 weeks ago I've listened to Michael Ryan, and you know, like everybody like starts by sharing their story. And that's a key thing, a key point for you to learn from the get-go, is to get to learn to tell your story properly, and you will perfection that way, like to say it. So anyway, I'm not going to hold you guys very long more, but Bryan, thank you very much once again. It's been an awesome call, my friend.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I'm sure Matt will be putting the recording on the Gentleman's Club by tomorrow. And if you want to watch it again, I'll definitely go through my notes and apply any advice you gave us tonight.
Great.
Thank you, guys. Next call, I'm just gonna let you know. We have Keith Callahan for in 2 weeks, so it's gonna be an amazing call. He's an amazing speaker as well. And one other thing, there's a lot more shirts to be sold. If you want to buy one, you can get one. So yeah, let's aim for 50 people. We had 25 tonight, which is one of our biggest calls. So awesome. Have a great week. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bryan. One, two, three, four, five.